following school improvement video is a production of Delusion Tree.
When I first started teaching at this fine institution 4 short months ago, I came in without many expectations. I was fresh out of college and I really didn't know how things worked in a real school. You know, in college our professors talked about things like globalization of the economy and changes in school systems, and I didn't really ever think about how that would actually look in a real school.
What do I think of the building leadership? Well, let's just say I think he's a visionary, and he is willing to confront the terrible globalizing cliches that are attacking our schools. He is willing to stay the course.
Our principal? Well, what's the word? Let's just say he's a fighter for the traditional vision of schools. He's a status quo superhero.
No, I'm not afraid to maintain the status quo. Look at what the traditional structure of our schools has given us. We live in the greatest country in the world. We won 2 world wars, the space race, the Cold War, and the dot-com boom. We're going to stay on top. That's what we do. We're born winners. Our malls, our vacations, our factories, heck, even our McDonald's are the envy of the world. We won't forget what got us here. Structure, the assembly line of learning. And that's why in our district, we drive ourselves to perfect that structure. We thrive on having the correct answers. Our students are silent and compliant, which means they are learning.
The class was in the middle of a project, working together to try and find the best way and many different ways of solving one math problem. He came in the classroom and told them all to quiet down, to follow directions.
Now, the point really isn't about how you might want to get that correct answer. Even our art classes are about order. Every flower is red. Every stem is green. There are no exceptions.
As the art teacher, I have a difficult time keeping the students coloring inside the lines. When I put artwork out into the hallway, I want to make sure that all of the pictures look exactly the same.
My teachers, I'm sure they're the happiest. I see them about once a month, and at my staff meeting, we talk about the last field trip or the lunch menu. They do their job. The bell rings, they close their doors, and they teach. Now, on a district level, we even provide them with their daily script. What they say every hour of every day is on this script. They're happy. I'd stake my reputation on it.
Oh, I've been happier. I've been a lot happier. I worked in a school that supported collaboration. The teachers would meet, create assessments based on state curriculum. We would talk about the data that these tests generate and how to reach every learner in our classes. There really isn't a lot of that here. No, we're not really happy. How can we, when we're told to get inside of our rooms, close the door and read this? We have a script to read from. How does a teacher individualize learning if they're reading a script? How does a teacher teach if they're reading from a script? It's like madness.
One of the biggest misconceptions in education is that we need to use modern technology, like computers or the internet. I think those things are really dangerous. Search engines, Google Earth and Wikipedia actually make every piece of human knowledge available to anyone at any time. As educators, it's our job to limit and disseminate information when and how we want to. You see, we had the internet streaming into their classrooms. And again, I didn't have control over the information. But who knows what those kids have been learning? So I fixed that problem.
Yeah, I was a little confused when the principal came into my room and unplugged my internet cable, but I've gotten really good at this low-tech system of instruction. Of course, next week's script calls for more than 2 characters in our reading story. I'm at a bit of a loss about where we'll find a third hand.
Another technology problem. I am way too accessible. I was getting 40 emails a day from parents, our superintendent, and even the State Department of Education. It was nearly impossible to actually read all those emails. I really pride myself as being an out-of-the-box thinker. But you know, my solution to this problem was perfect. Every computer has to be plugged in. Unplug it. Computer's off. No more emails. Now that just wasn't outside of the box. I put the box on a truck and shipped it to China or India. No more box. No more emails.
Communication with this guy? It's almost impossible. I've sent him emails. I've left him notes in his mailbox. I even stayed a little bit after school to see him, and he was already gone golfing.
You know, reaching for the stars was a decent motto. My predecessor came up with it. But I saw a problem with setting expectations so high. Sometimes we forget how important it is to remember your place in society. We all can't be astronauts. The world needs ditch diggers, too. Now, how fair would it be to put into our students' minds that they could do anything with their life? Let's just be clear. If your father was a lawyer, you'll probably be a lawyer. If your mother was a nurse or a homemaker, you'll probably be a homemaker. Too many people forget. College isn't for everyone. I keep hearing about this learning for all or success for all mumbo jumbo, and come on. Every kid isn't cut out for school. Every kid isn't cut out for learning. And every kid is not cut out for success. Thinking about that, it helped me come up with our new school motto. Status quo and never deviate.
Well, I'm not sure that he's thought this motto through, but I like it. Some kids just take up time and space, and our fearless leader is just brave enough to say that. He's being a realist, and I'm a realist too.
One day I hope that they rename this school after me as the man who revolutionized the system of education here and in this country. A famous World War II leader once said, "At every hour of every day, I can tell you on which page of which book each school child is studying." Well, the same is true here at ACME Elementary.